guys, welcome back to Surreal Beauty, back with another video. I really wanted to talk about overcoming jealousy and envy and really how we can look at that as a positive thing, use it as fuel and motivation to overcome obstacles in our lives. And so when we talk about envy, it's typically talking about wanting what the next person has. And also jealousy is feeling threatened, protective, or fearful of losing someone, maybe a loved one, or even fearful of losing a position that you hold. And so when we look at both jealousy and envy, we can paint it, and it has been painted in a negative light. And as I've been on my self-love journey, self-walk, as I've been learning and growing and experiencing, I've looked at envy and jealousy as not as something negative, but as something that we can look at positively. As jealous, emotions arise in us and envious emotion arise in us, it's something that's normal. It's something that's typically, going to happen to you in some way, shape, or form. And it's not about it happening. It's about what we do with it and how we handle that emotion. And so honestly, I'm someone just as everyone else who's experienced jealousy and envy. I didn't grow up in the most lavish luxury lifestyle. I didn't have everything when I wanted it. Sometimes things that were needed, it was even tough to get that. And so you could imagine having to grow up in such despair and seeing the next person and, wanting and desiring what they have because you just can't have it yourself. And so I got to a point in my career where I really started to not like that feeling so much. I really wanted to change that. And so I found myself in one place. This was during my athletic career where I just, in my season in time, wasn't mature enough for the position that I felt that I deserved. And someone that I knew, was actually ready in their season to step into that position. And I remember just thinking about how upset and conflicted I was, wanting to be in that spot, actually knowing the person and having to deal with that emotion of jealousy, that inner conflict of envy. And I remember thinking to myself, and this is no joke, because it was this feeling of lack, of inferiority, almost feeling of I don't have what so-and-so else has. There's this void. So it was just like, what is it in me that I don't possess, that I don't have? Why do I feel like I'm less? And I had to really zone in on those thoughts and where they were coming from. So it took some inner work. And that's why when I say, in regards to jealousy and envy, we can look at it in a positive light and we can overcome that if we're experiencing it ourselves with other people through focusing on ourselves. We can literally overcome the feeling or the need to envy others simply by becoming our better selves, doing the inner work that's necessary, really rerouting and reshifting that narrative, that subconscious narrative that we are telling ourselves. And we're not really conscious of it. And so in order to get conscious of it, and that's where deep meditation and journaling and a lot of that type of self-healing tactics and strategies that work, but also, to help understand and fine tune whatever inner conflicts are going on. Because as you start to unlevel, it's like an onion and removing the layers. As you start to get to the core of you start to remove the burden and feel a sense of peace, relaxation, and because that is all, the burden has been removed, and now when you get to that place, you'll realize that you are capable of obtaining anything it is that you desire. Whatever it is you do want, as long as you're willing to commit to that understanding, you can have it. And so that feeling of being jealous of the next person or envious of the next person, it's no longer, it's inadmissible. And that's just because whatever it is that's meant for you, whatever it is that you pursue, whatever it is that you desire, you can have it. It's not just this one thing where only a few chosen people can have something. Granted, there are certain people who do have access to things because of the people that they are associated with. However, what I'm also saying is that there's no need to look at the next person, because whatever it is that you desire, you can have it too. And so, guys, I really wanted to spread that message and really shed light on not focusing on the negative aspect of jealousy and envy, but using it as a motivator, a fuel, as a tool to push you to get the things that you want, you know? So guys, I'm super excited. Definitely be sure to check out my website. The link is below. Have so many new blogs coming up. I've been writing like crazy. Super excited to share my journey of licensure. I'm on my way to clinical mental health licensing. So I will be sharing a lot of my journey. Definitely dropping a lot of blogs. Stay tuned for the next vlog. See you next time. Bye.